Morning.
Glad to join the class.
Yeah. So I hope
Right.
this one will be a lot of fun. These are a couple of apps that are available for free online or on the both the Android, or I guess it's Google Play App Store, and also on the Apple App Store. Yeah, that's sorry, I had a blank there for a minute, but I think, well, I'm just going to do some demos of it, and it should be a good time. So, and if you do have these downloaded or want to download them and follow along, that would be great to do as well. And I'll answer any questions as we go along. So I'm really excited that so many people are interested in this one. And this is the debut of this class too, by the way. So I'll be anxious to see how it goes. Okay, seeing a lot of other familiar faces too. Susan and Eva and Renee. Diana, yeah.
Hi.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, can I ask, do we really need to download it right now? Because this is the first I heard. I wish I had downloaded it before.
You don't have to, no. Because the other thing too is you may not be interested in it after you see it. I mean,
Oh, I know I will.
I think this is a lot of fun, but yeah. Also, my colleague Nancy is here, and she just dropped something in the chat. So if you have any technical difficulties, just let her know through the chat and she'll take care of that for you. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so welcome to this class on Photoshop mobile apps. There are two that I want to go over with you today that are really interesting. First of all, for any of you who are new to any of my classes or to get set up, I live in Silver Spring, Maryland, and that is right outside of Washington, D.C. In addition to leading Get Set Up classes, I'm a writer, editor, and photographer, and I've been an avid photographer for more than 20 years, ever since my wife and I got a camera as a wedding gift. And I sort of took over the camera. And I really enjoy nature photography, but I do dabble in pretty much any kind of photography. I love being here on Get Set Up. I love the interactive learning that it fosters, and I love the community that we're building. And it's great to see some familiar faces and also meet new people. And just a little bit more about Get Set Up. We're here to help you learn to do both really practical and also really fun things. Ideally, we can see people on camera. If you're not too shy, that creates much more of a social connection and a community spirit. The class is being recorded. That's mostly for internal quality control purposes, but we do make those available to you. So if you want to email us at help@getsetup.io after the class and let us know you'd like a recording, we'll get that to you. If you are joining us by live stream, welcome, glad you're watching. Best way to participate is to join us for a class. Just register online, and then you can participate live, talk with us, with other people in the class, ask questions directly, and so forth. And lastly, Get Set Up is not paid to promote specific products. So this is not meant to be an advertisement for an official advertisement for Photoshop or Adobe or anything like that. Just one of many mobile app store or mobile app classes that we teach. So what I'm going to walk through today is just showing you a few examples of what these apps can do. You can make collages and apply stickers and text to photos. You can create social media posts and memes, transform photos with special lens features on one of them, and then you can save and share them if you want to share them on social media. You want to just download it and email it to somebody. So we'll walk through that. If there's anything else anybody wanted to let me know that they're really interested in learning about today, please go ahead and drop that in the chat. If you are expecting any kind of background noise at your location, you might want to keep yourself on mute until you have a question, just so that we can make sure that there's not any distracting background noise. That would be great. Thanks. Okay, so one of the apps I want to show you is PS Express or Photoshop Express. It is free to download. If for some reason it says in-app purchase when you try to download it, don't be alarmed by that. That's Apple. That would be on an iPhone. Apple just uses that as sort of a catch-all term for any app you download, but it's not
Okay, I'm good. I don't really have any.
that you're being charged for it. And if they throw anything at you like a free trial or something like that, that probably just means they're trying to cajole you into signing up for a premium account, which you do not have to do. And I can tell you, you can do a boatload of things without a premium account. So I would not worry about getting charged for anything. So what you can do with this one is beyond just making basic edits and adjustments, and some of those you can just do with the built-in editing features on your smartphone or tablet. You can add stickers and quotes that lay over your photos. You can create collages with it, and you can design social media posts and memes. Memes are just sort of, some of those are social media posts, but just kind of little images with messages on them. Some of them can be inspirational or funny or whatever you'd like to do. And then the other one that I'm going to walk you through is called PS Camera, and it can do things like change the sky in your landscape and do all kinds of pop art type effects to your photos, create illustrations with them. They add a new feature, what they call lenses. They add a new lens every week. So you can always check back and see what new they have to offer. And Carol, I'm laughing, Psychology Express. You know, the only thing that it would take up space on your phone is the images you create and save on your phone. So that's really the only additional memory that it would take up. The app itself doesn't really take up a lot of room. So I just want to give you a couple of, oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. I was going to ask that this works with iPad as well, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's available for both iPhones and iPads.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I use it on an Android phone?
Yeah, it should be available on an Android phone. I read something, Nadine, that there might be some Android phones that are not supported for the PS Camera, but PS Express should be available for any Android phone.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, this is Shirley Taliba. I just installed it when you said the PS Express on the Android,
Mhm.
and it says PS Express free, and I just installed it. Supposedly.
Yeah,
Thank you.
great.
Mhm.
Okay. So I just want to give you a few quick examples of what you can do with this. This is on the PS Camera. I did this. I just turned a daytime into a nighttime picture. And whoops, I'm going backwards here. And here is another one that I did with PS Express. Whoops, I want to go back to that. And this is actually a little bit animated. Just one example. And here is one. This is a little, I guess you would call it a meme, but this would be something you could create to send a birthday message to somebody. So those are just a few examples of the type of things you can do. So I am going to open up my phone and walk through a couple of things here.
Scott,
Yes.
Is it called Adobe Photoshop Express? Because PS Express doesn't show up as that name in the App Store.
So you might look for Photoshop Express and see if that's what shows up.
Adobe Photoshop Express shows up. Is that the right one?
Yeah, that's the right one. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you see anything related to Photoshop, it is an Adobe product. So yeah. Okay. So I'm going to leave it this big for now. So I'm not going to be able to see comments in the chat, but I will reduce this at some point so I can see those. But I just want to walk through a couple examples here. So let's call up PS Express. And okay, let's say we want to make kind of mark Earth Day. Earth Day is coming up, right? So I am going to create a little meme of some sort or message. No, it doesn't do that. Okay. That I'm going to want to maybe post on social media or something like that. So what I will do is go over to text down here, if you see when you open it up. And I'm going to open that up and you'll see here that I've got different styles of text that I can use here. And I'm going to just go to basic. And I'm going to open up a text option here. And maybe I want to say something, I want to change the text. So all I need to do, you'll see up here in the corner, I can click on that and I can change the text to say Happy Earth Day. And it'll keep it in this font so I don't have to worry about. There you go. If I want to enlarge it, down here, I can just click on that and I could make it go all the way across if I want. I could also rotate it on this corner where that you've got right here, allows me to rotate it. And from there, if I want to choose a different font, I can do that. And I can even change the color if I want to. In this case, I kind of like white, so I'm going to stick with it, but all kinds of options there. There's even an alignment if I wanted this to go flush left or. So there are all kinds of options there. So here I've got this nice little Happy Earth Day message. I don't know if people say Happy Earth Day, but just for example purposes. And then maybe I'll go in and you see down here, it says stickers. So maybe I want to add a little sticker to this of some sort, and I can go in here, look at flowers, all kinds of examples here. And maybe I'll just drop a flower in there someplace and I can move that around and change the size if I want, maybe put it up in the corner here or add it with the text. Whoops, add it with the text somehow. And I have myself, I could post this as a meme on Facebook or Instagram. I could download this, and all I need to do that is to go up here when I'm done, and I can save it to my camera roll, or I can share it directly on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. Flickr is another one. PS Express Discover, I think, is an area where people share what they've created. So if you wanted to do that, you could do it on that platform. But
can I ask a question back on that screen?
Sure.
When you had it up where you could share everything, I noticed there are buttons. Can you turn on all the buttons that you may use at any time, or just as you use it for that picture?
Just as you use it for that picture. Well, if you turn it on all the time, then whenever you say save and share, yeah, I think it would automatically send it to there. So if you just want to send this individual picture, you could probably just turn this on and keep this on, and it would go to all of these all at once. So
Okay.
say that I wanted to share this on my Facebook feed, I wanted to save it on my Instagram, and I wanted to save it on Twitter or show it on Twitter. I would do all three. It would need to authorize. It's asking me to authorize that. So I'd have to put in my username and password. But once I do that, it's all ready to go.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, so I'll save that one, and then I'm gonna go try something else. Let's say that I want to create a collage of some sort. Here you've got collages. Maybe I want to create a birthday collage for somebody. And I've got several options here. And so I can open this up. I might be doing this backwards. I might need to, oh no, it's allowing me to do that. So then I can go into my photo collection, and let me see if I can find Lucas. Should be able to get into my photo library, but I'm not seeing it. Or I mean my Get Setup library. So let me go back here and go up to albums. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. So I'm going to go into my albums, and I want to create a little birthday collage for my nephew, Lucas. So I'm going to click on the photos I want to include in this. And maybe, I think I've got one of him with his birthday cake all over his face, which is one of my favorite pictures. And from there, I have 3 photos selected, and here is my little collage. And if I want to give it a theme, I can go in here and maybe do something like this. Or like this. And I can go up here. It has his name, but I can change that. All I need to do is click on that to enlarge it. Go, whoops, go here to the little pencil here and change it to his name. And there we go. I've got a little birthday message I could send to Lucas, or whatever I want to do with this. So lots of options for creating a collage. You've got, whoops, okay. All right. All right, I'm
Do
done.
you have the availability to add 2 more pictures where the blue flags are?
Yeah, all you need to do is when you're creating this, add 5 or I would just add 5 pictures and they would go in there. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Whoops, lost that. Let me go back. Okay, the one thing that confuses me with this one is it makes it really difficult to I ran into this earlier. These themes I have a hard time getting back to my main editing screen. So I don't know why that is. But there it is. Yeah, I don't know why this is, but it doesn't seem to want to let me finish that. So let me go back to it. This is the one little bugaboo I found in this thing. So, but you can always just create your own generic collage if you want to do that. So I'm just going to pick maybe a few more pictures of Lucas and something like that, and maybe one more. And then I hit next. So I've got 4 photos there and it arranges them. Now, all you have to do is click on these boxes to move these around within the frame. And you've got all kinds of options you can play with here. And even within the frame, you could, well, it doesn't let you reduce it, but here are a bunch to try out. So okay. And from there, I could turn this into a happy birthday. So I think you have to start, I think what happens here is you need to start out with the generic and then move over to themes to create something like this. Yeah. Whoops. Yeah. So anyway, lot to play around with there. It may take a little work to get what you're looking for, but that is how you do a collage in there. You can also take a selfie and do something strange with it, as you're seeing here. And I'm going to close that out. I'm not a big selfies guy. All right. And whoa, no. Okay, so let's look at one other thing we might want to do here. I am going to take a picture and make it some kind of message. If you've got any kind of small business or something like that that you want to promote, say on Facebook or Instagram or something like that, you can create things in here. Here is when you go to themes. I can go in here and let's say I am a travel agent or something. And I want to do, this was a picture from Iceland. And I want to put together a little promo for Iceland. All I need to do is pick that theme and I can do that. I'm not bound by that. I could use one of the other themes if I wanted. And just substitute the, here's another one. And I could, from here, just type in Iceland instead of, whoops, Iceland instead of travel. And there we go. So many options there. Okay, so Okay, an option for a third photo enhancement. Carol Sue, I'm not sure when you say a third photo enhancement, are you?
No, 3D.
Oh,
know, like-
3D photo. Oh, I
Yeah,
thought you
like
meant
like
third.
like on Facebook. Like on
Yeah.
Facebook, you can basically do that. I was thinking more ahead about your flower class. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I know what you're talking about. I don't think there is one on here, but there are, you could always do a little edit on here and then go to one of those 3D apps and take it from there. So,
Oh, all right.
yeah. I don't know if you've ever seen those. I think there's one that I've used before called, this is just a little aside here, folks, but this one is called Pop Pick. I think it is free, and you can see here, I just did this little 3D thing with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank
so-
you.
And that I think you can share on Facebook. Yeah. Okay, other questions on PS Express?
Yes, how did you get to write on this? I missed that part.
Okay, sure. So let me get back to that. So all you really need to do is, I'm just going to call up anything. If you
Mhm.
go to text and you want to create your own message, say you want to put a quote on here.
What if I don't have text?
Yeah, it's all got text in here, and you can go in and change this any way you want.
Okay.
So maybe you just want to say, I love winter. And you've got yourself some new text on here. You can go in here then and change the font if you want, just by clicking on font. You go down there. And you can change the color if you want. So maybe I want to go with a dark blue or something like that. And put that over. And I can also move this text anywhere within here I want, just by clicking on it and moving it around. And right over here, you can enlarge it by clicking on these. And here, you got this little circle here. If you wanted to rotate it, maybe have it kind of crooked, you could do that. And yet all of these movements I'm doing with my thumb. So I'm sorry, I keep forgetting that you can't see my thumb on here. Or you can use a finger, but right now I just have my hand or my thumb on the text, and that's how I'm moving it around. And I just press my thumb on any of these to do whatever I want to do with it. This would just delete the text.
Going up, at the top, I see the backward and forward. What is it looks like a wand and then a half dark, half light screen.
Yeah, so I'll show you the, whoops. Okay, I have not used that one. I think maybe that might offer some animation or something like that, but that I'm not positive. The magic wand, I don't know if you noticed that, but it just kind of enhances the color and the definition on the photo. It's
okay.
whenever you see that magic wand on just about any kind of app,
Mhm.
that is an auto enhance. And so it's just a very quick way to keep up your photo. And these arrows up here, that is to go back to where I was before. So it's just backtracking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then if I want to go forward again, I just go, yeah, yeah. I'm going to try this. Yeah. I think, I don't know what this,
Maybe that's it.
this little item is here, to be honest with you. I've never played with that.
Scott, it mirrors the image. It mirrors the image.
It mirrors the image. Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you, Nancy. So essentially what that does is just, yeah, make it a mirror
We'll
image of
try
itself.
that.
So it would go the opposite direction.
Oh,
Kind of.
okay.
Yeah.
Can you show that again?
Yeah. So if I do this and I don't know if you saw that, but no, it's not doing it. Yeah, I'm not getting it to happen here. Wait a minute. Maybe I've got, nope. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's working on this one.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but
And then the one next to it is uploading it to,
that would be
Someplace.
uploading it or sharing it. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Okay.
Okay, I see on my phone, it's the Chifa text, and once you go in, then you could find all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Okay. So just a real quick walk through some of the other things you can do on here. Say you've got, I'll call up this one of my niece. And say that you want to just do some basic improvements to a photo. All of these here are basically filters, and you have some of these probably already built into your phone, but these just expand that dramatically. So here, say I've got all kinds of options. I've got some basic options, and I'll just sort of scroll down here a little bit. I'm going to blow this up a little bit so you can see it, but see, as I just try, I'm pressing my thumb on each one of these to see what one I might like. And there is also, you can go back and try out another one. You could go to portrait and try out something like this and see if any of these strike your fancy. And these are all adjustable too. So I could intensify it or just make it real subtle like that. I just put my thumb on here and move it up and down. And this one, I can even make it black and white if I want, or do crazy things like have the background in color, or maybe just go with one single color. Some of this is kind of creepy, but
So if I wanted to put a picture that I took in front of the house on here and make all those changes, and I want to blow it up to an 8x10, would it come out grainy or would it be perfect?
I think you could do 8x10 and it would be fine. I think if you tried to expand it to poster size, it might be kind of grainy, but I will tell you, I've taken some pictures on my iPhone, and not even this iPhone, which is pretty, this is one of the latest models. I think I took one maybe on an iPhone 6 a couple of years ago. It's one of my favorite photos, and I got it printed and on a, I think it was on an 8x10, and it turned out fine. So yeah. Okay. So let's get into some of the magic stuff here. And that is with PS Camera. I'm going to open that up. And I am going to go to my camera roll and let's find something to play around with. All right. Let me try first. I'm gonna call up a landscape of some sort. So maybe there was one I had in mind. Okay, here we go. So let's take this one. I am gonna see if I can turn this into a nighttime photo. So I have uploaded or downloaded, I guess I should say, all these different lenses. And when you use this, you'll see here, I've got quite a few, but all you need to do is click add more, and you'll see their entire menu of different crazy lenses, as they call them, that you can try. But one that I thought I'd try that I thought was kind of cool was, I think it's called Celestial. And that's right here. If I click on that, turns this into a nighttime photo. And again, you've got your magic wand up here. So I could click on that just to enhance it a little bit. And I can also make a few edits here. Maybe I want to make this a little more vibrant. So I just do that, add a little color to it. And maybe just add to the exposure just a little bit. And I have myself a brand new photo.
What's this app again?
This one is called Photoshop Camera.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Scott, I have a question about the selections. I noticed back on the other app there was one place where you could go in and get a negative a picture as if it were a negative.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you do that with a landscape that has a lot of green and trees in it, will it come out the way? In other words, you have to have a camera converted to take pictures like a negative. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. Like if you have a digital camera, you actually have to take the camera in and have it converted to take that, and then you can't go back to a regular camera.
Mm-hmm.
Will that app change a landscape with a lot of green, with a lot of trees in it, to what one of those cameras would do with a negative? Have you ever tried that? Because if it will, that would be awesome.
So let me call that back up real quickly and see. All right, here is, okay, call up this one. And let's see, where did we find that? I'm trying to remember. Was that in basics?
Well, I saw it when you were doing the pictures of your niece, so I'm not sure.
Okay, so it might have been in portrait. Or maybe here, no, not there. Nope, let me see. Was it in portrait?
I think it was in portrait.
Wow.
I think it was.
Okay. Well, I'm not seeing it there.
Okay.
Let me try one more time in here to see. I've never tried that, Susan. To tell you the truth, but
Well, play with it a little bit on your own, and then come back and let us know if you find that.
I'm looking here at black and white too to see if, you know what, I wonder if that was in.
It was in portrait.
Yeah, and for some reason it's
not showing up when you go into
showing up.
Yeah.
Maybe because it's telling it, well, no, it wouldn't be able to tell that it's not a portrait. So yeah, I don't know why I'm not seeing it now.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well, anyway, look for that, because that would be worth a lot to photographers.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is it possible to practically copy a picture and keep the original and just use the copy to play with it?
Yeah, well, if you do anything with these pictures, Diana, it saves it as a whole new image. So your original photo is still in your smartphone.
Oh,
Yeah, so whatever you're doing here, you're not overwriting that original. You are essentially, even the smallest of edits, you are creating a whole new image. The phone will read it as a completely new image.
oh. And how do I find the original?
The original would be just where you left it. Which, sometimes if you're going back through your library and you take a picture that you took 6 months ago and
Yeah.
open that up in the app, the original is gonna be down there where it was in the list of all your photos. So it would still look like you would still see it from 6 months ago, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm articulating that well, but
If I edit a photo in my iPhone,
Uh-huh.
the size, the colors, whatever, I have just this edited photo. I don't have the original anymore.
so if you edited it, yeah, that's what's different about opening up other apps.
Oh, okay.
In other apps, it creates it as a whole new image.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and on PS camera, so I turned something in tonight. Let's take a photo like this, and here are some other lenses you can try. So these are all just sort of, so I open up one of them and it usually has 2 or 3 options. I just swipe left to get to the next one on this particular one, which is Whimsy. And some of them are animated. Here's one that just adds some mixed media to it of some sort. I don't know that this photo is necessarily conducive to that, but that one I showed you on the slide is this particular one, Color Burst. You've got a few options on it. Or you could create something like this. Or something like this on Floral Mural.
So if I wanted to do a picture like this, it would be a good one for a background for Zoom.
You could probably use it for, yeah. You'd probably want it to be more of a, okay, let's say we take this one. Oh, I don't like the way this gets edited, so I'm gonna pick a different one. Take a photo like this. If you wanted to do something with it on here, maybe turn this into a lunar sky like that. And have that as your Zoom background. All you need to do is download it. So I'd click that arrow right there, that down arrow, and click share. And go next. And I should be able to simply save it on my phone. Or just yeah, I can either open it up in a new app, I can mail it, or I can just save it here. Just by saving it to my files or something like that. And you're good to go. Actually, if you want to save it to your phone, you want to click here. This is just for sharing. right here is where you would download it to your camera roll, and it would be on your phone. And once you do that, you can just add it up on Zoom, and that could be your Zoom background.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And other options here, you can do all kinds of crazy things here. Say I want to just do some kind of illustration with this. Like I said, many of these are animated, but I'm going to click on that one, and I can get something like that too, just some rain falling. Or maybe just some pop color of some sort, which plays with the color a little bit. Here's one that and you can also do some interesting things with, oh, wait a minute. With double exposures. So say we take a photo like this, and you go down to double exposure, open it up in that, and you get all kinds of options there. And normally it lets you move these around, but it doesn't seem to be wanting to let me do that right now. Oh, wait a minute. I think I can. Well, maybe not. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm pinching on it right now with 2 fingers to kind of move it around. This one's a little clumsy, but if I move it up, makes for kind of an interesting little illustration there. And you can also do something like this. And if I can find it, here we go. Just kind of takes out the background and does some kind of treatment like this, which is kind of fun. So again, this is just something to play with. You know, none of these things are essential to any of your photography, but it just creates a lot of fun. And if you ever wanted to do some kind of just illustration or interesting treatment to a picture that you've taken, these are really easy to, well, they're pretty easy to use. You just need to practice a little bit and just experiment. But they are, I really enjoy these. I play around with these quite a bit. So, questions I can answer?
Well, I've seen lots of people online doing all these things, you know, and I'm going, how do they do that?
Yeah.
How do they do that? This is so exciting. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
So on the PS camera, does it always take you to your camera roll? Because I've been playing with that and it's just takes me to my camera roll.
Yeah, yeah. What it'll do is go to your camera roll, and if you have any kind of albums set up on in your camera roll, you can get into those as well. Like I set up, in fact, I set up my own Get Set Up folder album within my camera roll on my phone.
I just got a new cloud and all my pictures are there. can I use that? Because not everything is on my camera roll.
Let me check that out a minute and see if you can get to those. So PS Express. Okay, when you go up here to recents, what that does, it's really this arrow up here. Right now it's on my most recent photos, but if I click on this little down arrow, if you have some photos saved on Google Photos, you can access those there. If you have them on Dropbox, you can even go into your Facebook account. And if
Maybe
you
you should
share your
share
screen?
We
Oh,
can-
I'm sorry. I thought it was on. Sorry about that. All right, let me do that again. All right, here we go. So let me backtrack here. So I open up Photoshop Express and I go up here and click on that where that arrow is right there.
Mhm.
And it opens it up and I can either go into I can open up my camera and just create a picture right there and then to work with, go into my albums, or I can go to my Google Photos account if I want to import a photo from there, or I can even do my Facebook, import something from my Facebook page if I have uploaded a photo there,
Great.
or Dropbox if I have photos on Dropbox. Yeah. Do you have
Thank
your,
you.
where do you have your photos, Nadine?
But you did it in the cloud.
I've got them all over the place, to be honest with you. My
Mhm.
girlfriend just got me a cloud home. So I'm trying to get everything to there, but I've got them on Prime, I've got them on Google, I've got them on Dropbox.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
just paranoid of losing something.
Right, right. Yeah. Yeah, you're like me. I'm doing the same thing. I'm backing them up all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Why would you use one app versus the other?
Mean between PS Camera and
Yes.
Photoshop Express.
Mhm.
PS Camera just does a lot of creative things that you can't do on PS Express necessarily, even though PS Express is really pretty robust. There are a few things that, for instance, I don't think you could change a daytime photo into a nighttime photo on PS Express. PS Camera will let you do that.
Okay. Is there some place where we can look up the features just in a text format for these versus clicking on it and once you get it on your phone? You know, like a list of their features, perhaps?
Not that I am aware of.
Does Adobe not have information about their product on their website?
I would think that that's a good point, Susan. I think if you went to the Adobe website, they have all their products listed and you could go there and it would probably list all the capabilities that they have on there.
So then you could figure out which one you really need, right?
Yeah, although it's a whole package. So when you download the app, oh, you mean between PS Express and PS Camera?
Right, between various.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
Mhm.
When I download it on my phone, it's trying to get me to, it says it's free trial.
Yeah.
I click there.
No, ignore that.
Ignore
Do
that.
you see any kind of, Esther, do you see an X on there, any place on the screen?
Yes.
Just click on that and that'll get you right into the app.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's one thing to watch whenever you download some of these photo apps, is that a lot of times the first thing they present you is a free trial for their premium version, which is a little misleading. Just look for that X anywhere on your screen and press on that and it'll close that free trial offer out and you'll actually be in the app.
Okay.
Okay. So I think we're coming up on the end of the hour. Just give you a few takeaways here. Again, these are both free apps. You can use PS Express to place text and stickers over your photos, make a collage, or create special designs for social media. PS Camera, you can transform photos, create pop art, special effects, and all sorts of things. Your creations are great to share on Facebook or Instagram, or you can just download them. You could email them to somebody. You could create, add those images to a card. If you are creating cards online or anything like that. So all kinds of things you can do with it. And you can use these creations as promotions for events or products or services. So if you are running a small business or just selling things on the side, maybe a side hustle of some sort, you can take a picture of whatever it is that you make and then play with it on one of these apps and then put it online someplace to just promote it. So. Okay, so just to let you know, some other classes coming up. First of all, before I say that, I want to again say thanks for being here. I did not know how many people would be interested in this class, so it's great to see such a big turnout. This, again, was the first time I've taught it. If you are excited about something you've created with either of these apps and you want to share that, that would be great. You can always share that on your own social media feed and maybe give us a shout out with our hashtag at GetSetUp. My teammate Liz would always love to hear from you about any experience you've had with this. Liz is always looking for people to interview about their experience and their success for our own social media outreach and our own blog that we have on GetSetUp. Some related classes coming up. We have one on Zoom virtual backgrounds for beginners. We've got one on how to find new apps for your phone, for your iPhone, and then a class on creating a free Facebook business page. If you do want to incorporate whatever you've learned today into creating some some promotions on a Facebook business page. My next class is on Monday. I've got a class on designing your own t-shirts and sweatshirts. And after that, a class on photo composition tips. And you will be receiving some class notes afterward here with some key takeaways. Also a link to some other class suggestions or links to some other class suggestions. You can go here to view our schedule. We also have a new feature on the website that allows you, when you sign up for a class, to share that with somebody that you might want to invite to join you, a friend or a family member. You just go click here after you've registered for the class. You can share it on Facebook, Instagram, or email it directly. So that's a nice feature. And lastly, you can click here to give some feedback. If you've been on a lot of GetSetUp classes, you've seen these feedback forms. It allows you to rate the class on a 5-star scale and also provide us with some comments about what you liked about the class or didn't like about the class, what you think might improve it. Since this is a new class, we really appreciate the feedback, just so we know how it went. And also, if you have any interest in some other type of class that we might create, and I can tell you that I have already designed some classes based on feedback that we've gotten on these feedback forms. So that is very valuable. It helps us come up with new ideas for classes. So anything you want to learn and you don't see us offering it in class form, let us know. And lastly, love it if you could spread the word about GetSetUp. to anybody you think might benefit from our community. We are really trying to expand our reach and help as many people as possible. If you're interested in hosting an interest group on Get Set Up, we do have interest groups. People get together to talk about a common hobby or a topic of interest. Just let us know. You can let us know by emailing us at help@getsetup.io. If you are interested in teaching a class on Get Set Up, serving as a guide, let us know that too. If you have, I know I'm interested in finding some other people interested in teaching classes on anything related to photography. So if you are interested in that, let us know. You can also maybe drop that in the feedback form. All of that you can do by just emailing us at help@getsetup.io as well. And that again is where you can email to get a recording of the session. Okay, so I really appreciate you being here today. It was great to see everybody.
Thank you.
And hope you all have a great weekend.
Thank you very
Scott,
much. Yes,
Scott,
thank you. And you too have a
Yes,
great
same
weekend.
to you.
Okay.
Scott, also, I want to ask you one other question. As I put this Photoshop up, it asks, should you automatically back it up? It says there's a new folder found, automatically back up photos in Photoshop Express. Do you skip it or you back it up automatically? Or
You can back it up on the app itself, but if you're downloading it to your library, your camera roll on your phone, then you don't have to. I think if you leave it on as a backup, you might be able to go back and edit it a little bit more, just really easily, just by opening the app. So yeah,
okay.
it's just whatever you prefer. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you
Well,
bet.
thank you very much.
Have
Okay.
a great rest of your weekend, Scott. Thank you.
Okay, you too. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. This was great.
Oh, thanks. Thanks very